begin with a few thoughts about God's plan. Write this down. God's original purpose was to extend his invisible kingdom of heaven to earth. If someone asks you, what is the summary of God's purpose in the Bible? This is the summary of it. God's idea was to extend his invisible kingdom of heaven to the visible planet Earth. In other words, he wanted to colonize Earth with the kingdom of heaven. His plan was to colonize Earth with his children. So he created the planet first. And he wanted to establish a kingdom or a country of kings. Now, most of us were taught, and of course, Nigeria used to be the colony of a kingdom. You were ruled by a king and a queen for years. Great Britain, just like the Bahamas was ruled by the same kingdom. And if you notice, if you study your history, just go back and read the history of Nigeria, you will find that all the people in Nigeria were never called citizens of Great Britain. You were called subjects. Write the word subjects down, because it does affect your mentality. This is probably why Nigeria is still struggling with effective leadership and effective rulership, because the history is still with you. The word subject, did you write it down? Look at the first syllable. What is it? Sub. Sub means below. This is very serious. So all kingdoms on earth call the people in the kingdoms subjects. That means you are below the class. You are not in the king's category. You are not in Queen Elizabeth's family. You are below. So even the name they give you relegates you to being below them. You are not in their class. God is completely opposite. He is the only kingdom in history, even still today, where all the citizens are not subjects. God's wonderful plan was not to fill his country with subjects, but to fill his country with his offspring. So God made you a country of kings. Now I got to explain this to you, because we think that a king has to rule people. And this is where the Bible becomes very, very challenging. Write this down. You were created to be a dominator, but not over people. Now remember, you are all kings. Kingship is not about ruling people. It's about ruling a domain. So you were designed by God to dominate in an area of gifting. Your gifting then is what you serve to other people. So people are attracted to your gift, and they make you a leader. And therefore, here's what I want you to write down. Your domain is the area of gifting that you were created to dominate the world and influence the world with. Every human being came to earth with at least a primary gift. God did not create anybody empty. Everybody came to earth with something. And that something is needed by all of us. Most people die and never discover there's something. So they end up living on a job, dying in a career, and no one remembers them. The plan of God was not for you to be the king over people. He created you to be the king over a gift. And you serve that gift to humanity, your brothers